my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for Zambia versus Angola in the COSAFA Women's Championship. Alright, let's get into this. You see, as the attack is moving, I think the Angolian, I hope I pronounced it correctly, is challenging for both the Zambian, and she loses it. It seems as if she held on to the ball for a bit too long and failed to release it. Alright, so the Zambian player gains back possession. Now, I understand maybe this was during build-up, but the fact that she is unmarked, number one. Number two, they have left a gigantic space for her. Because a ball could have been played off the top, maybe could have done a bit of a De Bruyne, but this space is very worrying. But let's continue let's just continue. Once again here, look at that space, the fact that she's unmarked. Okay, Gage is in a place where no one, I don't think anyone had the proper enough time to go and close her down quickly enough. But the fact that, alright, I guess she's trying to close down the space, but what she's doing, she has taken up the responsibility to go and mark her, leaving all this space in which the Zambian player can, because a first-time ball here can be very, not really a first-time ball, but a ball that's played somewhere here, that's a terrible drawing, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's play it some more. Alright, so she plays it, but unfortunately, this happens. So what happens is that the Angolan player recognizes where the ball is, and she hits the ball. She tried to clear it, but instead hits it against her own player, and then they bump into each other. The Zambian player takes advantage and scores a wonderful goal. Alright, that was with me explaining. Now let's just let this play through without me saying anything. It's very unfortunate that it hit our own player, but the ref can't give a foul for that. Too bad for them. And they celebrated by, that's what they all congratulate her for her striker instincts. So here she plays it in. And I like that she stops running. I feel as if she knew these two would bump into each other. But if she was clearing the ball, she could have at least aimed it somewhere here. Even if it came out for a corner, it would have been okay. But instead, she hits her own teammate. And it just, I'm sure you've seen what's happened. Poof. Scores a lovely goal. Alright, next goal of the match. Let me move a bit backwards. Alright, I think this was a cooling break. Alright, so a ball is played. I think this was just kicked out. She heads it carelessly, lands in the feet of a Zambian player. And I've also noticed they are playing a very high line because she's the last line of defense. And this is a lot of space. And I'll just like to highlight these two, because usually what you'll find is that she's ahead of the Zambian player, but for some reason you find in such situations that the Zambian player will end up getting ahead of her. Alright, let's play, but this is a very high line. Anyway, let's play through. She kicks it, and they're off. And there's nothing much that you can really do. Remember what I was saying? Yes, the Zambian player does not pass to her teammate, but the fact that the Zambian player is now ahead of the Angolan player when the Angolan player was ahead of the Zambian player. Because if she wanted, she could have just laid it to her teammate, but I like this finish right here. She's calm, she's patient. That's an excellent finish. That's an excellent finish. Sits the keeper down. Ooh, that's a nice flip. That's a nice flip. But that's a good goal. I like the composure, because others will just hit the ball into the goalkeeper, but this was a proper finish, well-cultured finish. Yeah, it's unfortunate that she was not paying attention to the Zambian player next to her, and then there's nothing much she can do here because she seems to be faster, but this finish, that's composure right there. So her head was she was looking at the ball, not paying attention to the person at the back of her. This is why it's very dangerous playing a high line. And if you're playing a high line, let me just go back to the clip there to show you the dangers of that. Let me just search for the exact part. Should be somewhere here. Alright, so when you're playing a high line, I think, let me move back a bit. Yeah. So when you're playing a high line, it's best that everyone is committed. It means that if everyone is going to be, I do feel as though they should have gone a bit more further back, because the high line that they're playing there is too close to their own half. So what happens is that you can't be offside when you start when the ball is played when you're in your own half. So that's a bit risky. Maybe they could have dropped off to this specific place here, so that in case that happens, it would be offside. But let's pay attention to the player here, because she's the one that lets the Zambian player run past. So she was paying too much attention to the ball, in the essence that I think she was trying to analyze what was happening, but she did not pay too much attention. But she didn't realize there's the Zambian player right next to her, and she is very much onside as the ball is played here. And unfortunately, since her body is facing this way, for her just to catch up with, and the Zambian player's body is facing that way. So it means that she has a head start, because she has to turn her body and start running. She just has to start running. So that's another, I can say, body mechanic that also plays into this goal being scored. And also acknowledge the pass. So there was not much that could happen. The keeper did her best, but that wasn't enough. Alright, let's head on to the last goal of the game. Alright, this is clearly off a counter attack. A ball is played in the middle here. So what she does is that she tries to, at this point in time, she wants to dispossess the Zambian player, but I just feel she should have just continued tracking back, because it means that she will not be able to do anything once that ball is played ahead of her. But, and look at that, she's unmarked. I wonder, I know it's off a transition, but at least there should be maybe Angolan player maybe somewhere around this particular region trying to track back, but she has way too much space on her hands. Let me let that play, let me let that play. This is a lovely ball. That's a lovely ball. That is a really, really good pass. It went high enough that it went over the defender's head, and then it lands in a position that the player, look at that, it slows down enough so the Zambian player doesn't overrun it, and she's able to make her decision. And the fact that alright, I get the situation that she's in, because she is still marking her, but at this point, it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. So it would have, not really would have been better, but I would have preferred her just to try and block off the angle of the shot. Either maybe just run to her, block off the angle for the pass, just put her under pressure, because she's under no pressure at all. You have left her alone one-on-one. Okay, it's not really a one-on-one, but yeah, she has a free shot on goal. I would have preferred she runs towards the Zambian player who has the ball, rather than tracking her, because she's not going to impact. There will be a particular point, because if she was to play the pass, the keeper could intercept, she could misplace the pass. But I think it would have been better to follow her rather than just continue to track back the Zambian player. So I should at least, just say that at least I tried to get near. Alright, let me press play on that. She puts it into the near post. That's a lovely goal. Very smart, clinical finish. Alright, let's just watch that play again, because I just love the quick passing here. This is a lovely pass. And that's a good finish. Great victory for Zambia, for the Zambian women's team versus Angola. Very great performance, and 3 goals. 3 very good goals, I might add. Otherwise, this has been a match analysis of the Zambian COSAFA Women's Championship. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next match analysis. Oh, Zambia Kuchalo. Zambia Kuchalo.